Hi, we are here today to present to you our innovative and unique concept, which will become a huge benefit for university students. The majority of students are on a limited budget and therefore cannot buy whatever they desire. This means that students either have to go without or break the bank. Meet Paul. Paul is an average student at a university who has a friend from his hometown coming to visit him. Sleeping in a single bed 3 nights in a row would be quite inconvenient for Paul and his friend. An air mattress would fit perfectly in Paul's student room, but does he really have to buy an expensive mattress for one single utilisation in a year? Joe is also a typical student at the same university, but has a different problem. Joe has an air mattress lying around, having been used only 2 or 3 times, and would like to make some money out of this idle belonging. Paul is not the only one with this problem, from students requiring items such as clothing, pots and pans, to electronics. To encounter this problem, we decided to create an online portal, UniRenters, which enables students from one university to lend items to their peers for a small charge. Coming back to the example, with the help of UniRenters, both Paul and Joe would benefit. It is our duty to not let Paul splash out and buy an item which he only needs for a few nights, but also that Joe can make some extra money on items which he rarely uses. Our concept includes the case when, for instance, Joe does not trust Paul to rent his listed item. For this reason, lenders can add a security deposit to their listing before it is booked. Here is a quick demonstration. First, you sign up by putting in all your personal information, and then you also have to upload a government issued ID and your student ID. This is how we enable safer and more secure borrowing and lending, and that only students from the same university can interact with each other. Once you've signed up, products become available for you to rent, such as electronics, cooking appliances, clothes, and many others. Here you can create a listing where you only have to follow further easy instructions on how to upload that item. Ultimately, the website will create a match between people. For example, Paul can search for an air mattress to rent, while Joe will upload his for a price. So we have included a locker system into our concept to make the pick-up and drop-off for students really easy. So how would this look like in practice? Referring back to our example, after the website has found the match, Joe would be required to put his air mattress into the assigned locker, which he has been told by email. The lockers can then only be opened through a unique code, which only has been sent to the renter, in this case Paul. We recently conducted a survey of 63 people from Warwick University, where we asked if you would be looking to rent products instead of purchasing them, and our results showed that over 62% would be interested in such a renting system. And when asked whether you would be willing to lend products extra to your requirements, over 76% agreed and would be keen to share. With renters saving money and lenders earning money is an obvious win-win situation which would be hard to turn down. In order to ensure sustainability and growth, UniRenters sets itself ambitious but achievable short-term and long-term objectives. To start off our business, we decided to choose Warwick University as our starting location. This customer-friendly location will allow us to grow quickly. We have figured out that we would need about 1 year to see how the business goes and what we would have to improve to make it grow even faster based on customer feedback. Based on our research, the realistic short-term objective is that around 15,304 out of 24,683 students from Warwick University will use our website to rent products. When we have established a solid structure and background of the concept at Warwick University, for which we have estimated a 1 year time span, we want to set up our concept at the University of Birmingham and Birmingham City University. For this, we estimate that 48,482 students in total would then use our system out of 78,196 students. So, our long-term objective is dependent on how successful our first 2 years went. However, if the first 2 years go as expected, we want to expand rapidly in the third year to 6 more universities in the Midland area in the UK. Overall, we assume that 106,371 out of 171,566 students will use our portal in order to rent products instead of having to buy them. Here we look at 9 universities which are in want and need of our lending system. Besides having done research of how many people from Warwick University will be actually willing to rent or lend via our portal for a small fare, we have undertaken much research in the areas of cost and demand for our website. Firstly, we contacted many different website developers and asked them to make us an offer for building a website according to our needs. We ended up wanting to work with Magnetic Media Limited due to their interest in our unique idea. With small costs and their expertise in the area, we knew they were right for our company. In addition, we have contacted several locker manufacturers which will manufacture, install and ship the lockers in the size and with the software we require. At the end, we ended up wanting to work with Locker since they made us the best offer in respect to our needs. These two decisions minimise our total costs but still match with our concept perfectly. Furthermore, we contacted a comparable provider of a lending system called PeerBuy. There is only one difference between our and their concept, which is that PeerBuy enables people to rent or lend items without any costs included. However, only 10 people around the University of Warwick, so in the area of Coventry, Leamington and Warwick, are using their portal. So this means that the demands for uni renters should easily beat the threat of this competitor. Students who want to rent and lend set their own prices at which they want to do this, given a price range. We have calculated these ranges using various research to companies similar and taking averages of what we think is appropriate for students to rent per day. We will have a minimum price of £2 per day to rent to allow us to make a worthwhile revenue. We will have a 10% booking fee in our business, contributing to our revenue and so our gross profit and finally our total profit. We may increase this booking fee as our business expands and our company customer base increases. We will use customer feedback to judge this, but with a minimum of 10%, our company will make a profit long run. By carrying out extensive research, we have calculated our average costs for year one. We will firstly have some setting up costs of our business, with our main costs due to the investment in the lockers, including the price, freight and installation, cost of introduction of setting up the website, including pricing for actual setup and the additional pricing for the inclusion of the locker system into our website. We will then also have some year-round costs such as payment services, domain, hosting, depreciation, wages, utility and maintenance, while marketing costs include flyers, posters, advertisements and the website. This leads to a total investment in the first year of £57,260. On average, we have estimated 15,304 students from Warwick University would be willing to rent belongings, estimating that if we only use 40 weeks of the year due to the absent students on university breaks, we will have a total sales of £320,465, where we would take 10% of this amount, totalling our revenue to be £32,046.50 for year one. We would therefore make a profit in year one of £17,586.50. We aim to have our business introduced into a total of 3 universities in year 2 and year 3, totalling 48,482 students using our system and creating sales of £864,862 and a revenue of £86,486.20. Our investment for the second year would be £58,160 due to the investment in lockers in these new universities. As a result, our profit would be £68,126.20. Long term, we want to expand to a total of 9 universities with a total of 106,371 users and sales of £2,200,638.85 and a revenue for the company of £220,063.89 per year. Our return on capital employed for year 1 will be 29.31% and for year 2 will be 113.54%. Our gearing ratio for year 1 and year 2 will both be 0%. This is because we have full equity and no debt. The concept brings only benefits to its customers. On the one hand, lenders earn some extra spending money by renting out unused goods. On the other hand, renters do not have to go and buy costly items as they can use uni renters to rent items for a small cost. Ultimately, this lets students who are always on a limited budget save their money. Our team consists of 5 members. Firstly, Esteban, who is the creative designer. Secondly, Tom, who is the managing director. Thirdly, Laura, who is the human resource head. Fourthly, Agrata, who is the marketing director. And lastly, Viraj, who is the finance director. We would therefore like to ask for an investment of £60,000 for a 15% stake in our equity and a chance to get the full payback after 5 years. Thank you for listening to our pitch today.